Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Anna here. As you know, this is my channel where I'm recording my progress on the Cambridge Weight Plan since I started on the 1st of June. And every week I share my progress in terms of how much weight I have lost. I'm not sharing what my weight is. I think I may do a big reveal the day that I finally achieve my weight goal. And do a starting weight and end weight. But until then, what I do is share my weekly weight loss, my weekly progress, any reflections, thought process of the actual weight loss process and what it takes to do it, and any of my experiences and learnings along the way. So I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you find it useful. And if you do, please subscribe. Please hit that bell button and of course leave comments. I love to read all of the comments. I do reply to every single one of them, so please get involved. I love to hear from everyone and I can't wait to see and to hear what you got to say. So yes, please do that. Anyway, so this week is week 24, I believe, and for those of you that were around last week, you know that I had a bit of a slowdown. So I felt that I had lost 600 grams, so that was good, but it wasn't the amount of progress that I wanted. And whilst it wasn't a true plateau, because I had lost a little bit of weight, I hadn't lost as much as I had expected. So to me, it felt like a plateau. And I think what matters worse is that my husband has been doing the Cambridge Weight Plan with me, and he's so close to his end goal. I think it's about half a kilo away, so about a pound away from his end goal. I couldn't be any more happy for him. I couldn't be any prouder of him. But I think it's just seeing it so close that I wanted for myself. I wanted that transformation. So close, and I know that I have done so well, but I'm not quite there and I have a way to go. So I was basically just getting impatient and a little bit greedy. So I had to give myself a bit of a pep talk, and also I'd like to say thank you so much for all of you that have provided a huge amount of support. I really appreciated that, and all of your motivation, your great comments. I think it's a great community and you're all super positive, and I couldn't be any more appreciative of all of you who leave me comments, but particularly last week when I was having a bit of a downer, Juliet, Hannah and EJ, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much for getting involved and for your comments. I really appreciated them. Huge love. Thank you. Anyway, so, and the other thing that I wanted to say is that I have over 40 subscribers, and I am so thankful for every single one of you. I am so grateful that there's more than 40 people, I think it's 42 as of today, that are willing to watch what I've got to say, and that are willing to share this journey with me, and that you'd like to come back and see more of what I'm sharing. So really thank you so much for that. I think I've got hair in my mouth. And speaking of hair, by the way, I've mentioned in the past that my hair has been falling, but what I will say is that it's growing really quick. I think I had it cut over the summer, and it's probably grown about that much, which from about the end of August is pretty good going. So maybe thinning, but it is growing, so I can't complain. And the other thing in terms of side effects, because I know that that's something that some of you are interested in, the only thing that I've got is the thin hair. So when I brush, there's more hair that comes off than usual, but I still got plenty, so I'm not worried about it. And I'm taking the biotin, and I am seeing progress. There's all of these crazy wispies that are coming through. They look a bit mad, but as long as you do a bit of a cowlick and you hold everything in place, they end up looking okay. That, and the other thing that I've got is the blind spots that come and go in different places, usually around my legs. So this week there's a blind spot that's come out on my knee, and sometimes around my neck, either around here or on the back of my neck. I normally can leave them alone, but As long as I do, they go away within 2 days. If I don't leave them alone, they stay with me for about 2 weeks. So if you're getting those, just let them be. Do not go near them. Let them be. Please learn from my mistakes. Anyway, I'm sure that's not what you wanted to know. I know that you all want to know how I have done this week. So go on, have a guess. I mean, clearly, by the time you even think about whether to comment or not, you know the result will be published. So, but I am interested to hear how you think I may have done this week, because I thought, and I was convinced that given that I had lost less last week, that I would still have a good week this week. So, yes, I've had a good week this week. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. I couldn't be any happier because I lost 2.4 kilos this week. Oh my God. I am so happy. So 2.4 kilos, you know that I like to give you the conversions, is 5.3 pounds. 5.3 pounds is so good, so close to half a stone. And that makes a total of 39.6 kilos. So that's almost 40 kilos. So 39.6 is an amazing, huge amount of weight to lose, is 88.3 pounds. And that is a total of 6.3 stones. So yes, I hit my 6 stone mark. So thank you so much for the support. I have not just hit it, but I've smashed it. I've flown past it. And I feel like I was stuck at a certain weight. It was almost like a threshold point. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, my body's decided it's just going to release. It's like, okay, you can have it. Just let go of it. Just let go of the weight. And it's just dropped off. I could not be any happier. So I'm back to being a happy person. And of course, it's not all about the numbers, I'm saying that. But after last week, it couldn't make me any happier. Anyway, having indulged in that moment of self-congratulating and celebration, what else has been going on this week? So I mentioned that I've been getting impatient, and I've been feeling that that's been happening, especially watching him, my husband, doing really well, and his body's fully transformed. I mean, he looks so lean, he's got so much muscle definition. He's also moved on to step 3, so he started to eat some carbs, so we added some baby new potatoes to his meals, and he started exercising. He's gone for a few runs, and he said that the feeling for him is just so different. Like, running used to be such a big effort, and now he's like, I could go all day. And it's just, of course he could, because he's also lost 6 stone or 6.5. That's the equivalent of 2 suitcases that you take on a plane. So if you were carrying all of that, of course you're going to feel the pain, but when you no longer have it, it's such a freedom. But the interesting thing, and I said to him, now I am over halfway, but I've basically got to lose close to what he's lost all over again. So that was part of the thing that was kind of holding me back, that he's there and I'm not, and I know that I have to go, and I knew that I had to do all of this, but I think it was just the day then it actually hit home and it really sank in, and the way it was part of the kind of the thing that started that thought process. But I just needed to go through it. You know that I've told you in the past that when you have different feelings that related to weight, you need to just not try to block them. You need to just allow yourself to feel it and just work through it. And that's what I eventually had to do. So I gave myself a little bit of a pep talk. You gave me a little bit of a pep talk. I got over it. I've moved on. I think the big thing that has been a driver also for me is I know that stress usually is a big trigger for me to plateau or to retain water and to hold on to weight. And I've been having a couple of really stressful weeks, and then over the weekend I was able to just relax, let all of that be. I felt like I was able to just close the door on what had been going on in life and at work and everything. And then I was just able to just kind of enjoy the weekend, relax and move on. And I think that has been a big contributor to the weight loss, because once you release all of that stress, your body's chemicals that are not working overtime trying to keep you going in this whole fight and flight body reaction that we get, that makes your body retain and absorb food because it doesn't know when it's going to need it. There's a lot of research around that, and I do believe it's true because I definitely feel it. So I think just releasing all of that and just sticking to the plan and just staying focused has really helped me through, and it's really made the difference. By the way, I am going to have a vain moment. Do you see these cheekbones that are happening? My face actually goes in. That has never happened. But on the flip side, I am still cold. My neck has gone down a lot, but I do need my little scarves. This is a new one. Mummy Dearest got it for me. I absolutely love it. It's super toasty. So do you know that I like my donut knitted scarves? So this has been fantastic. Anyway, I am digressing. So what has been going on? So I've mentioned about getting impatient. I mentioned about wanting to get there. It's interesting because people have been asking me, is it because you're seeing food? And I don't know I think I have mentioned this, that what we're doing is I'm cooking his food and he's preparing mine, and then we're just swapping plates at the end of it. And I'm okay with that. I do not have a problem with cooking the food. In fact, I'm quite enjoying it because I've always loved cooking. It feels like a creative outlet because you get to build something out of these ingredients that you have, and you produce something, and there's something quite nice about providing for people and giving them something that they're going to enjoy. So that's something that I've always liked. So I don't mind the cooking for him process, and it's not like he leaves me to it. He's actually helping me prepare my food, and it literally takes us just as long to do that. So I'll have my mac and cheese and he will have his meal, but he's already educating me on what proper portion sizing will be. So what, a range of 200 calories, and I'm really enjoying just watching that process. And also we have been talking through what it will take to build up for him, because the reality is that the diet doesn't end when you hit that goal weight. This is a long-term plan. This is not something that is actually short-term, because you are reducing how much food you take, the number of calories, so dramatically that if you go and finish on this and then go back to eating how you were eating before, or even go back to the full, even if it's just the recommended daily allowance for a person, you are likely to put on weight because your metabolism isn't ready to do that. So you do really need to think about how you're going to phase back into food. So it is great to see him doing that. Is a big education piece for me too. So I'm quite enjoying that, and it's helping me to think, okay, I can really manage this, and I can see how that's going to work. Even if it is in the future, you know that I like to plan ahead and to think about what it will take and kind of get my head into the right headspace. So it is good to see that. The other thing that has been happening this week is I've caught up with a few friends and a few people that I haven't seen for a while. I saw somebody that I had not seen since the end of the summer. So since then, I've had a considerable weight loss. I should have worked out how much it was, but I think I've lost possibly another 10 to 15 kilos in that period of time. So it will make a big difference, because that's about 2 to 2.5 stone. So they hadn't seen me for a while, and they just said, it was wonderful feedback. So everything you'd expect, you look fabulous, you're doing so great. Everybody's commenting about my energy levels and saying, you're glowing, but even the way you carry yourself, and you got a quicker step and more bounce about yourself and everything. So that's all really nice reinforcement that I'm doing the right thing. You don't need it because I can see it and feel it as well, but it's really nice to hear it. But on the flip side of that, there is also something whereby people seem to think that because you were here and now you're here, even though you want to get there, it's like, well, you should just be happy with where you are. Why would you want to lose any more? Like, but that's not my own problem. I can still see I need to lose weight. My face may have gone down, but other parts really haven't. Well, they have, but they still have plenty more to go. So what makes you think that I don't need to go down anymore? I mean, it's not up to them to tell me what to do. I know that, you know that, I know they know that. But there is something there around adjusting to that change and getting used and giving people space and to get used to the new you and helping them understand the process that you're in and where you're at. And you don't have to do this with everybody, right? So you choose who you put your energy on and who you choose to educate about the process that you're going through and what you're going through. Because there are people that are just not worth spending the time and the energy on. Everybody will always have an opinion. They are entitled to it. You just don't have to pay any attention to. So you choose who you spend your time on. But on those that you think, it's worth doing that, then it does take a little bit of adjustment. And you'd like to think that they can get used to it themselves. But sometimes they need a little bit of help, and you're going through your change. They're not changing. So you're the one that is changing the script in terms of the dynamic, in terms of what you do, how you show up, how you eat, how you interact, the setting, how that works. So all of that will take a little bit of adjustment. And all I will say is think about what you can do to help them come along with you on the journey. But if it gets too much and you just feel like everybody's just trying to tell you what to do, then, just limit what you say and just say, yeah, I'm happy. And then you just carry on and you continue doing what you're doing, because it's not worth arguing. And that it's working for you, and, it's doing you a whole lot of good. So, that's something else to take into account. The other thing in a similar space that I've received from a common perspective recently is people are starting to calibrate where you are in your progress to where they are. So, how much weight you've lost, X amount, how much more you want to lose. I don't actually say the total. I'll just say, like 12, 15 kilos. Maybe if I really want to push it 20. So I really want to lose another probably about 34, something like that, which is a lot, but that's what I am. That I want to lose a total of 11 stone. So it's part of the progress. But the second that you're doing that, you get people, and you say that, you'll get people comparing where you are to where they are, and then the penny drops that you're going to look very different. And then the next penny that drops is, how will they look in comparison to you? And they have a little bit of a moment of thinking about what that might be. And it's not happened yet, but it's interesting to see that realization triggers something in them. And it leaves them thinking, now it's up to them. And that is their personal process to go through. But it's just interesting, because then people will react to you based on that. So it's like, no, you don't want to be that thin. You'd be like thinner than me. And it's like, well, what's wrong with me being thinner than you? I mean, I'm not there yet. I'm nowhere near it. But you choose where you want to be. I choose where I want to be. I will be happy with it. You'll be happy with where you are. Do not try to interfere in my life based on how you are feeling. So that's an interesting thing. And in the past, I may have let that get to me. But I actually find that I'm able to detach from that and also set some boundaries in terms of, just saying, you just need to recalibrate how you see me, where I am, and what's normal and not normal for me. Because I do still have plenty of weight to lose. and plenty of things to do. So I am significantly better than what I used to be, but there's still plenty of stuff here. There's still plenty of stuff there. I can see that that's where my hips will be. So from there to there is quite a lot of space in between. So there's still plenty of opportunity in there. My face is what shows it the most. And whilst my body has reduced a lot, there is still plenty to go after. And I'm okay to do that. And that's what I've come to terms during this week. And it was just interesting having those conversations to just understand that not everybody will know how to support you, but also that when you get comments from people, they're always telling you whatever they feel from their perspective. So it's always their own personal lens. And more often than not, it will not be about you. It will be about them and how they're judging themselves, how they're thinking about themselves, and how you opening their eyes is making them feel. But that is their process. You cannot make yourself feel guilty, responsible, or bad about yourself because of that, because they will go through that process. And that may even be your near and dear. So you just have to give people space, but realize that everything is from their perspective. And you continue with your plan, you're working on you, and that's what's really important. If you're going through that, then I hope that helps for you to think and calibrate the reactions from others, because I am noticing that the more I go down, the more commentary I get, the more people give you their 2 pence worth of consideration for how they think that's happening. And the comments may very often not be the most helpful, but you shouldn't apply those to yourself. You should just see that as that is something that they're going through, and be proud of yourself, because what you're doing is just triggering some thought process in their minds. That's all it is. But you're not responsible for how they feel. You're only responsible for how you feel, and how you feel will depend on what you do, your actions, your decisions. And that's what I have found with this diet, that it really helps you to stay in control through a time that would normally be quite difficult, which is just going through quite a lot of weight loss. But this really makes it quite easy. The way and the trick to think about it is to play the long game, think about the long term, and think about the maintenance, and have that full plan of action of where you want to get to, even if it's not the lowest ever, but where do you want to get to, and how do you going to maintain that and ease yourself back into food. So that is super important. What else do I want to share? I've mentioned about finishing. I think part of the reason why I mentioned that is because there's so many people that are saying, "Oh, you must be nearly finished. So are we going out for a meal? Are we going out for a drink? Are we having a night out when you finish?" It's like, why would I do that? Like, why would I lose all of this weight and then straight away go rush and just have a big binge out and blowout? That is completely counterproductive to what I want to achieve, And I am very thoughtful about what are the things that I do, and how I'm socializing with people and what I'm doing, because, in the past I have been going out, I have let social compromises condition what I've been doing diet-wise, etc. And right now, I'm just not in a space where I want to do that. I don't want to compromise myself anymore. So if there are things that are not supportive of what I want to achieve, or there are things that I think may trigger me, I just avoid them. And it's not like I'm avoiding going near the food. It's just, I don't want to put myself in a position where it's going to jeopardize what I'm doing. And when I really think about it and I remove the eating and the drinking, there is a bit of a question mark as to how good is that really going to be. And if it's good, and if it's because I really want to see the person, then I will do it, and I'll find a way to work around it. And normally people are quite understanding and supportive. And if not, I'm not compromising myself. I'm just not doing it. I am putting myself first and foremost above everything else. So that has been my strategy for dealing with that. It's working for me, so I'm sticking to it. So yes, that's in terms of reflection. Now, before I finish, I will let you know that I can't tell you what they are, but there are some new products coming out on the Cambridge diet. I have tried 2. I have 1 more to try. I don't know if I'm supposed to share what they are or not, so I'm not saying a single thing because I haven't been told whether I can or not. But all I will say is I have tried, they have made the new Faba Beans snacks public, so that's something that is out. I haven't tried them, so I won't comment on that. That was out for step 4 and above when you can have 100-calorie snacks, so I'm not going near them. But I have tried 2 other products that are coming out soon, and they are delish. So look forward to that, especially in the winter. And then I have 1 more to try tomorrow, and then I will have tried everything that I've been given, that my consultant has given me a sneak preview. They wanted to get my opinion on the product, so I was so flattered that they asked me to do that, and I want to respect the fact that they're doing formal lunches of the product and they will be coming out, but as they do, I will tell you which ones they were, and all I will say is that they are super tasty. I am really enjoying them, so I can't wait to buy them, and I believe we won't have to wait too long. And after being on this diet for nearly 6 months, having a new flavour is actually something that is quite welcome, especially something, I'll say something nice and warm in the winter. So maybe that gives you something. Anyway, I will leave it at that. And yes, I will, again, thank you everybody that supported me last week. Let me know if you have any comments. Let me know if you have any questions. And I look forward to hearing from all of you this week. I hope that you're having fantastic weeks. I hope that you're having great progress, that you're enjoying the plan. And if you have any questions or any challenges, please let me know. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Of course, I'll remind yourself, please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe. I can't wait. And have a great week. Have amazing weekends, amazing weight loss, and I will talk to you all soon. All the best. Bye.